Good morning. All right. Well, I got here a little early and I'm waiting for the gate to open. I'm all geared up, ready to go, and the gate's not open. Anyways, it is a beautiful morning here in Northwest Georgia. Trees are in full bloom, and it is beautiful out here. It's supposed to be a little windy today. Gonna have to cut my day kind of short. Got things to do later this afternoon with the wife. You know, usual grocery shopping, that kind of runs. Kind of our date day. We enjoy it. Anyways, that's not the reason I want to talk to you. Come here. We're going to talk about the Wacky Rig. Just something very, very simple. Something I think every fisherman, every bass fisherman needs to know is the Wacky Rig. So I'm going to show you one simple wacky rig. You know what I mean. We'll get it on the water eventually, and we'll talk about it then. All right, stay tuned. I'll see you soon. Miscommunication, whatever with the damn observers, attendants, what have you. Anyways, ended up having to call the main office, which is wherever. Anyways, talked to a very helpful, very nice lady at the Corps of Engineers that managed Lake Altoona, and got in contact with somebody that got the gate open. Boom, here I am. Significantly later than I was expecting. But I'm on the water, yeah. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Wacky Rig. So, I don't want to make this a long video. Just want to make it real simple, because the Wacky Rig is my go-to, my absolute confidence, and it is beautiful here. That is a beautiful scene. You see that? Anyways, the Wacky Rig is my go-to, my confidence rig bait on the river. That's pretty much all there is to it. And I do have, and there's several different types of Wacky Rig hooks and whatnot, but the more common Wacky Rig is the weightless Wacky Rig. And there's all sorts of different hooks that you can get. I've used several that come in all sorts of different sizes. What I have found, what works the best, is a longer shaft hook, and I'll show you that here in a second. But you do need a tool, and it's one of these, a simple Wacky Rig tool. They make them in plastic. I like this metal one. They're real cheap, and the little O-rings, they're also really cheap. But we're out here on the water. I'll show you the rig, I'll show you how it's done, and I'll show you the technique. And it's real simple, especially here on the river when you're fishing some good current like we're in right now. And we'll get to it. I'll try to keep this short and sweet. All right, the Wacky Rig is really simple. It's, like I said, it's my confidence rig. It's what I call a cast and chill method, especially when you're fishing the river and you're throwing it up in the current. And you're just letting basically the current do all the work for you. You're letting the bait and the current do a lot of the work. I've caught tons and tons of fish just letting it drift with the current and letting the bait just wiggle. And in this water clarity right now, you know, it just really pops. It just really pops. So it's real simple, and I'll show you. All right. So, not too long ago, well, probably about sometime last year, I found these hooks, and I think they're by, I don't know, Eagle Claw, something like that. Anyways, I'll put somewhere down here that what it is. And I really like the design of these hooks. Hang on. Nope. I took them out of the bin. I'm making a mess here. All right. So there it is. This is what I tend to use. I love these little keepers, these little weed guards. Other weed guards I found, they don't work as well. Anyways, this is what I like to use. I like the design of the hook because sometimes if you're not paying close enough attention, you get distracted. Fish will grab it and actually swallow the bait. When you set the hook, you hook them in the gullet. And a lot of these smaller hooks, you see that? Yeah? All right, good. When you hook them in the gullet with something that small, the hook is really hard to turn. Something like that, real easy to turn, comes out pretty well. It doesn't have a really aggressive barb, so I recommend, having at least a medium action rod. You don't want to set it on anything too heavy. And light line. I've got this on 15-pound fluorocarbon and 15-pound braid with a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. There, that's what I meant to say. But that's the hook I prefer to use, and that's what I have rigged up right now. And that's a Wacky Rig. It's real simple. Your Senko. Everybody makes a Senko. Some, in my opinion, are better than others. I'm not particularly picky, other than cheap. This is a Yum brand. These actually hold up pretty well. The Yamamoto's work the best, but they don't hold up as well. That's my opinion. And the Yamamoto's are like $8.5, I think almost $9 a pop now for some of them. This is the Yum brand. I like to use Strike King. Those are probably some of my favorites. I like to use the baby bass color. And what I'll do is I'll dip both ends in some chartreuse dye. And that gives a little extra pop. That's a little extra tip. If you watch my last video, I kind of mentioned it. So all you need to do, take your Senko, put it in your Wacky Rig tool, push your O-ring on up there, and you're aiming for that middle clear section. I like to put it just in front of it. Just like that. Now when you place your hook, put this back in there. When you place your hook, oh come on, I need to get better organized. When you place your hook, you want to go to the inside of the O-ring and come out on the other side. and it'll just kind of sit there and dangle. I'll show you. Anyways, there you go. Goes in one side and out the other. And that will give you plenty of weightless action. And the technique is very, very simple. If I can get untangled, that'd be great. Technique is very, very simple. You're going to cast this where you want, into the shallows, laydowns, what have you. This method does get hung up every so often. Basically, this is how I do it. Cast it out there. I like to use a spinning reel. It doesn't mean you have to use a spinning reel. You can. I do throw these on bait casters. It's just I prefer this on a nice light rod. This is medium fast action. Because when a fish grabs it, a lot of times, they're going to take off. And I'll cast it out there and let it drift in the current. And every so often, I give it a couple of light little pops, give it some action. Let it soak for about 15, 20, 30 seconds, whatever your fancy is, and it is cast and chill. Just cast it and chill. Now you can use this as a slack line method, which basically means you're putting a slack in the line and you're watching that line take off. Or you can keep it real tight and just kind of work it back towards you, keeping a real tight line. I prefer the slack line method. It allows me to fish a little bit slower, and I can see and just let the fish come up, grab the bait, and eat it. Let's talk about the hook set. Now, you've casted. Watch your line take off. You feel the bite, like I'm feeling right now. You're waiting for your line. Give them a chance. Feel the weight. And then when you set up. Set up. You want to give it a good set, and with a thin wire hook, you shouldn't need very much power. You land yourself a fish, just like that. And I am bobbling this guy. Hey. There we go. All right. Perfect hook set. Right at the roof of the mouth. Through the lip. There you go. It's that simple. It's why I have confidence in a Wacky Rig. Works really well in clear water, not so much in muddier to, heavy silt kind of water. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't make noise. It's all in the action. It's about the fish seeing the action. That is the Wacky Rig. Remember, set up. You want to set not like back, like you would setting an EWG hook. You want to set up. Get that? Up? Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you're smart. You smart. Anyways. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm just a hobby fisherman. This is my hobby. I just enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy fishing. I enjoy editing. I enjoy cameras. I enjoy all that. It's my hobby. I don't do tournaments. I have no plans to do tournaments. I have no plans to be a tournament fisherman. So if you're watching this in hopes of being a tournament fisherman, there are plenty of great channels that can help you do that. This isn't going to be one of them. I have no intentions of being a tournament fisherman. None whatsoever. I am a hobby fisherman. I am enthusiastic about fishing, about kayak fishing. I have no desire to be competitive at fishing. I'm that guy with a fish. And where you at? I know where I'm at. I'm out here having a good time. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If every fish doesn't bring a smile to your face, you probably need to find a new hobby.